All right, let's jump right in. Just take a look at this number for a second. 45.6%. What in the world do you think that is? It's a huge number, and it signals a massive shift that's happening right now in the global tech world.
Well, there you have it. That's the growth rate of Nigeria's developer community in a single year. That's insane. It's the fastest growth in all of Africa and the second fastest on the entire planet. Yeah, something really, really big is going on, and we're going to break down what it is.
Because what we're witnessing here, it's nothing short of a tech revolution. So in this explainer, we're going to get into how Nigeria built this world-class tech ecosystem from this powerful mix of raw talent and just pure ambition.
So let's kick things off with the big picture. How exactly did Nigeria become Africa's new tech powerhouse, a place that's now grabbing the attention of investors and tech giants from all over the world?
Okay, so here's the main idea, and it's actually pretty simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Nigeria is not just some emerging market anymore. Nope. It's a full-blown, booming global ecosystem, and its engine is this unique blend of three things: a massive pool of talent, super vibrant tech communities, and just the sheer scale of opportunity.
So how does this engine actually work? Well, it all starts with the most important part: the people. The real force driving this whole revolution is what you can only describe as a deep and constantly growing ocean of talent. Get this, by 2023, Nigeria was home to over 872,000 developers. Now that's not just a statistic. That's a national-level pipeline of talent that can power huge technological innovations and help global companies scale up. In this chart here, it really puts Nigeria's position into perspective. You can see it has the third largest developer community in Africa. But what's really key here is to remember that 45.6% growth we started with. See, other countries might have large talent pools, but Nigeria's is growing at a phenomenal, truly world-leading pace.
Okay, so you might be wondering, how does this talent stack up against the usual suspects? For decades, companies looked to places like India or Eastern Europe, but Nigeria offers some really clear strategic advantages. First off, it's aligned with Central European time, which makes real-time collaboration a breeze. Its engineers are naturally experts in mobile-first development, because that's how almost everyone there gets online. Plus, you get an amazing cost-to-quality ratio and, of course, widespread English fluency. For companies in Europe and North America, this is an absolute game-changer.
But of course, all that talent needs a place to come together, to collaborate, and to build new things. And that brings us to the epicenters of this revolution: Nigeria's innovation hubs.
I mean, this map really says it all. Nigeria leads the entire continent with over 90 distinct tech hubs spread across the country. And these aren't just a bunch of co-working spaces. No, they're incubators, they're accelerators, they're community centers. They are the very backbone of the whole ecosystem.
And if we zoom in a little bit, the data shows a really clear pattern. Nearly half of all these hubs are packed into one region, the Southwest. This kind of density creates a powerful network effect, and it all revolves around one particular place. And that place is Yaba. It's a suburb of Lagos, but it's better known as the Silicon Lagoon, or Yabakan Valley. This is the undisputed beating heart of Nigeria's entire tech scene. It's literally where it all began.
The story of Yaba is just this fantastic case study in how these things grow organically. It kicked off in 2010 with the founding of Co-Creation Hub, or C-Hub, which started hosting these hackathons that built a real sense of community. Then came this pivotal moment in 2013. The government waived a massive $2 million levy, which let Main One install high-speed fiber internet. That was huge. Once you had the connectivity and the community, the investors started to show up, and that flywheel just started spinning faster and faster.
So we've got the talent, we've got the hubs, but what about the results? What's the payoff? Well, let's look at the proof. The homegrown unicorns and the global giants that are now pouring money in.
This ecosystem has produced some of Africa's absolute biggest success stories. You've got Flutterwave, a payments giant worth over $3 billion. You've got Paystack, which was bought by Stripe for over $200 million. That sent a huge signal to the rest of the world. And then there are pioneers like Interswitch and Jumia, basically Africa's Amazon. These aren't just small startups. These are continental leaders, all built by Nigerian talent.
So why fintech? Why has that sector been so successful? Well, this quote from Tech Trends Africa just hits the nail on the head. Nigerian fintechs blew up because they weren't just building cool apps. They were solving fundamental problems with financial access, problems that the big old banks had ignored for years. This created a massive, ready-made market just waiting for innovation.
And you better believe the world's biggest companies have noticed.
This isn't just them watching from the sidelines. This is active, on-the-ground investment. Google's launching AI labs. Microsoft is funding AI skills training. Meta is literally laying cables under the sea for better internet. AWS is expanding its cloud services. The most important point is, the giants are already there. The ecosystem has been validated.
Okay, this is all fascinating stuff, but why should it matter to you? Whether you're an investor, a founder, a developer, what's the practical takeaway here? Let's break it down. Well, if you're a hiring manager, it means you have access to a deep, scalable, and super cost-effective pipeline of engineers. If you're an investor, it means you're looking at a proven market that has a track record of building unicorns. For entrepreneurs, it means you've got an ecosystem with real community support. And for developers, it's a place with vibrant, world-class opportunities right on your doorstep.
So let's wrap this up with one final thought. The debate is over. The biggest tech players in the world are placing their bets on Nigeria. The evidence is all there. The question is no longer if Nigeria is a global tech powerhouse. The real question now is, with all this talent, this community, and this investment, what is it going to build next?